Wow, questions are still flowing from all over the world, and allow me to attempt. I could not answer in the best way, but I believe I will do it to my level best. There's a question here from someone in Australia. It's called Chelagat. Chelagat, how are you, Chela? It's from Australia. She's saying that what's the best financial habit that you've built over the years? The best financial habit is that I've built a culture, an automatic culture of responding to money in a certain way. That the moment I receive money in form of income or salary, there's a certain automatic culture that I've cultivated, and it has been of great beneficial to me. I know you know that. I hope you know that all of us, we receive money either in form of salary or in form of income. But the way we respond to money will determine our financial destination. Either it will determine your financial freedom destination, your rich destination, or your wealthy destination. And it has also, the same money also has determined for other people a destination of financial crisis, a destination of poverty, and a destination of endless lack as a result of responding to money in a certain way. So the way we respond to money is the initial stage of whether you are going to be rich or not. In that the moment that salary hits your bank account, how do you behave? The moment your income hits your bank account, how do you behave? There are people, they become joyous instantly. You just know that they received some money because of even how they are smiling, how they are behaving. Like one of my friends is called Joshua. He likes smiling a lot. So I always try to, could it be that you have been paid or what? There are people you just know when they have received their salary, they have received their income because of how they respond. And the number one culture that I'm proud of, that I have learned to respond to money in form of, number one, I believe in tithing. If you don't believe in tithing, fine, I have no problem with you. But personally, according to my belief system, I believe in tithing. So I've learned to respond, number one, in form of tithing, and two, respond in form of investing. So one, tithing, and two, investing. So I'm proud of building these two cultures in my financial life. One, a culture of tithing, and two, a culture of investing. Remember, there are people who fight about tithing. You know, tithing is entering into partnership with God. That in the business language, it is just that you have entered into business partnership with God. And you see, in the partnership, God needs only the 10%, and He has given you the 90%. Who is that partner that can enter into a deal with such a contract or agreement? Can you imagine? God only wants 10%, and He has given you the 90%. So that's why I purpose that one of my greatest partners in all my businesses will be, number one, God, and then two, I will enter into investments. Then I will think of diversifying, whether it is in business and entrepreneurship, whether it is in real estate, or whether it is in capital markets. And I hope you know that the capital markets is so broad. So if there are two cultures that I'm proud of, is one, partnering with God in form of tithe, and two, being a man of investor, responding to money as an investor. Two, the other question is that why do you believe making money is all about money? Why do you believe that making money is more about mindset or strategy? Why? Thank you. This is a very brilliant question. This is, I believe this question is from a wise man or woman. The person did not note his or her name. But the reason why I believe that wealth begins in the mind. Allow me to quote the wisest words from the wisest man that ever lived in the Bible, that is King Solomon. He said in Proverbs chapter 23 verse 7 that as a man think in his heart, so is he. And I know all of us, let me just remind you that the Old Testament initially was written in Hebrew. So that heart, the original meaning of that heart does not talk about this heart, the heart that pumps the blood. It is just metaphoric. It is just a symbol of how the matter is sensitive. In that the moment you remove your biological heart, you die instantly. But you can remove your hand and survive. You can remove your finger and survive. So the reason why the Bible talks about as a man thinketh in his heart, it talks about the mind, in that the moment you tamper with the mind of a man, you have tampered with the life of the man. I'll say it again. The moment you tamper with the mind of a man, you have tampered with the life of a man. The disconnect or the difference between the life of men and women is their way of thinking. The difference between the rich and the poor, it is their way of thinking. So if you want to change the state of the poor man, it is not by giving them money. And that is why you realize we Africans, we have been given handouts from the Western world, but our financial state has not changed. This one confirms that we have been given a lot of funding, but you see, our way of thinking does not support the funding. So if we are going to change everything, then we have to revisit the matter by deprogramming the way our people think and program a new way of thinking, in that instead of thinking of money in form of consuming, we begin to think of money in form of investing. So rich men and wealthy think of investing. Poor and middle class men think of consuming. And that is what we call the difference. And let me say this, anytime you find your consumption is higher than your production, note this, anytime, even if your salary is 10,000, 20,000, I don't care, even if you earn 30,000, anytime you find your consumption is higher than your production, poverty is inevitable. I will say it again. Anytime you find your consumption or expenditure is higher than your production, poverty or financial crisis is inevitable. That's the reason why I'm saying, King Solomon said, as the man thinketh in his mind, so is he. In other words, this one says that the state of your bank balance reflects the state of your mind. The state of your wallet reflects the state of your mind. The state of your past reflects the state of your mind. The state of your family reflects the state of your mind. The state of your children reflects the state of your mind. So if you are going to change everything, then the change has to begin by changing your mind. So if you change your mind, you change your life. You change the state of your mind, you change your financial life. That is why I say, and I believe in that, if you want to make a difference in your financial life, then you have to change your mind. And that is the initial strategy. For those who are IT experts, you see, a computer cannot give you a certain performance until you install a certain software. So you want the results of financial freedom and wealth, but you don't want to install the software that guarantees financial freedom and wealth. So work on your mind if you really want your life to work in your favor. And the other question is that, how do you handle financial stress when things don't go as planned? How do you handle your financial strength when things don't go as planned? This is where the emotional intelligence comes in. You have to really have a strong mind, and learn to interpret things in a positive way. Even if you are a salesperson and you receive a lot of rejections, maybe you go to present to a certain client and they end up telling you no, and the response that you are getting all over, it is just no. You have to learn to interpret no as the next opportunity. In that, yes, they are telling you no, but how can you interpret the no to favor you? Just interpret no as the next opportunity. I remember the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. He had a very powerful recipe or business idea, and he presented his idea to 1,008 potential partners. 1,008 potential partners. And you see, all of them, they told him no, but he never gave up. Can you imagine 1,008 potential partners presenting, and you are not tired, you are not fading off, you are not getting frustrated, you are not getting, you're not giving up on your idea. He ended up, he continued presenting his proposal, his business ideology, simply because he knew and he believed in it. It was in 1,009th client that told him, I think your idea can work. Can we give it a try? And today, that is the KFC that we have all over the world. I believe I've answered you to my level best. If I did clarify, you can still write another question. I'll be more than willing to answer you. I'm here for you. Thank you so much. It's been your friend Nicholas Koech. See you at the top. And see you at the top is a covenant we are entering. Make sure we meet at the top. If I don't meet you at the top, I'll be offended. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.